Hello, everyone. In the previous presentation, an introduction, I discussed how Quebec has great laws through the Quebec Charter and the Quebec Civil Code, and has two great court institutions, the Quebec Court of Appeal and the Quebec uh, Superior Court Penal, not the civil, the penal side. We can get back to that in a later video. But in my view, as I mentioned before, the Quebec Human Rights Tribunal is the worst court slash or tribunal that I've experienced in Canada. It could be the worst in Canada, but at least the worst that I've experienced, because they are charged with, under the Quebec Charter, of enforcing the anti-discrimination and other related civil rights associated with the Quebec Charter, yet ironically, they are practicing themselves racism and discrimination and all sorts of violations which would not even happen in the dictatorial system. The previous example I cited was that my first experience of the Quebec Human Rights Tribunal was when the judge and the opposing litigant that I had won a claim through their Quebec Human Rights Commission decided to speak all in French. That's just one example. Second example, the Ville de Gatineau wanting to get my personal medical data from Ontario as well as my university transcripts. It had nothing to do with my human rights claim. Apparently, the judge saw this was okay. Nothing wrong with, the police getting your medical data from Ontario. That's had nothing to do with your Quebec claim against the police. Oh, and apparently it was okay to turn over my university transcripts, which I obtained roughly, let's say, decades before the actual incident took place. I mean, it's just outrageous. And if I had social media posts, they wanted that as well, the judge. So you see the judge working completely in the exact opposite direction of the enforcement of human rights. It is completely outrageous. And then when I put up a motion against this, a disavowal motion, what did the judge do? What did the tribunal do? Oh, they just simply ignored my motion and pretend I didn't even submit it. And when I contact them by email or and try to phone them, they just simply apparently ignore my phone calls. I have a right under Quebec civil procedure to file a motion. So no problem at all for the tribunal. They just ignored it. So that's how it is, folks, in Quebec with the tribunal. I have